What's good, Top Shelf Village? We are here for Ladies Night Part 2. So go get your friends and tell your other friends and tell your other friends to come through because it's going to be a party again. I don't know if you guys were here last week, but last week was lit and tonight's conversation is going to be just as good. So right now, I'm just going to get my ladies in. We're not wasting no time. And we are going to start this night. So first we have my girl Cordelia. All right. And guys, can you hear me? That is the most important thing, that you hear me. All right. So we're going to invite. That's number one.
Hello.
And it worked! Hey! All right.
Good job. Let's get it.
Right? Let's get it tonight. No hiccups. What's good? All right, we are just waiting for the other ladies.
Let's get them in here.
Yes, where my ladies at from the front to back. Are you feeling it? All right. It's for my girls. What's good, Top Shelf ladies? Oh, I like the sound of that. Top Shelf ladies.
Yes, ladies. Let's get it.
How is
I'm loving your curls. I'm loving your curls. Good.
Thank you so much. You know what? Let me also sign on the laptop so we can communicate with our people.
Ooh. Y'all get ready. It's going to be a good conversation.
It's going to be a good conversation tonight. We're just waiting for two other ladies.
Let's get them in here.
And it's going to be a good time.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear me fine?
Yeah, it sounds great.
And I'm not like lagging or anything.
Not too much. Just a little bit. You're fine though. You're doing good. I can still hear you pretty well.
All right. I see Sabena.
Let's get it.
All right. I just invited her.
Let's go. Oh, snap. Yeah.
It worked. Okay.
Yes. Come on.
Right.
Man, we about to have all kinds of different hair textures up in here.
Because that's
I like it.
Look, it's called Black Girl Magic, okay?
Yes, I like it.
People's already signed on.
Early. We doing this early. We getting it started early. We are just waiting for Miss Tyre.
Yes.
Look, somebody in the comments talking about who's the light-skinned thing. Why are you checking her for? Don't worry about her. Don't worry about her, Fred.
Oh my God.
She's taken, okay? What y'all drinking tonight?
Aquafina.
Water. Tonight I don't have wine. I have a smoothie.
Ooh. How did you make that? What's in that?
It's berries. I think this is almond milk, peanut butter, and banana. Because I'm hungry. I was just like, I'm not gonna drink when I'm actually hungry. So let me get something in my system to actually make sense. All right, and Tyre is here.
A little smoothie.
All right. So
Anthony says she's married, bro, in the comment section. Anthony.
We have everyone. All right. So apparently my camera is lagging, but what can I do? We're just gonna keep it going, okay? All right. So before we start anything, what do they usually say? We gotta pray in. So who wants to pray us in tonight?
I prayed out last time. Somebody.
You gotta invite us in, Sabena. Invite us in.
Oh, do that to me now. Cordelia.
Listen, I got us. I'll pray us in.
Okay.
All All right. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, I just thank you so much for tonight, and thank you for opportunity for all of us to come together and to have a conversation about courting and dating. Lord, would you just be in the midst of this conversation? Pray that you'd be with the connection of the line, and that, we would just have fun and we would all learn together of just what you see in all of this. And so we just thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Amen.
All right. So tonight the topic is there a difference between dating and courting?
Mm-hmm.
Let's answer the question first, because we always go all, around the world, and we do not answer the question first.
Mm-hmm.
So let's answer the question first. Is
Mm-hmm.
there a difference?
Yes.
I think so. Yeah. I think
All right. And what is the difference then? If there's a difference, what is it?
okay, so I guess I'll start this out. I think the difference is the intention behind it. So say that if you are dating, you can, casually be dating, sticking your toe out there, I'll date you tomorrow, like, whatever the case may be, or just having fun. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it all. Like, have your fun, do what you gotta do. However, with courting, I think the intention is different. I think the intention is to get married, to see like who you are, what are you about? Can I see a future with you?
Yeah.
I see it. That's the difference that I put on it. So yeah, it's just the intention.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
I agree. There's like a little bit more of a focus, like you're focusing in. There's a motive, a good motive there.
I feel like courting comes in when people they tired. They're like, all right, I played, I have fun, but this is the time. Like, I don't got no more time to be just playing around in these streets. So I intend on, marrying you. I intend on doing these things to get you. So, I'm here for courting. I'm here for not wasting no time.
Honest.
Is multiple people and then courting is one person?
I think you can be dating one person as well. But then does that mean that you are courting? Does that mean it's the same thing if you are just dating one person?
What makes it so different then? I think dating is multiple people, personally. If now you're dating, like, you're not courting multiple people.
But what if multiple people though are like have the intention on marrying you, right? Like they come in with that intention, like they come in with energy, straight energy, like I want you. So it's just like, can that be multiple people?
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's true.
Well, that means I'm getting really serious with multiple people, and that's a problem. If I'm dating fun, casual, getting to know you, courting is like, oh, I like you, and I want.
Yeah. And you know what? That's kind of a question that I've always had too. Like, when does it become, like, when you're dating multiple people, like, when should you zero in? When is it like unfair to the other individuals? Like, okay, now it's time to zero in on one person, because I feel like that can kind of get a little bit blurry, at least for me. And I don't know, for you guys, have y'all experienced that before?
Yeah, I mean, I think people sometimes they aren't really privy to dating multiple people at the same time. And personally, if it's all casual, it's all good. Like, you're not like, getting too deep with anyone, but it's like, okay, I'm feeling around. It's like having multiple friends, honestly, because you're not like, too much with them. So I think that is totally fine. But if you find yourself like leaning in, for me personally, if I want to kiss you and like I do kiss you, okay, it's just you now. Just you and me. Like, we're not strangers. Okay. So yeah. That's how I do it. I'm just like, okay, like I like you. I'm gonna zero in on you. That's it. Everyone else is gone.
That's a good call out. What do you do physically in dating, and what do you do physically courting?
Oh,
do we go there?
Oh.
So y'all never like two people at the same time? Like, that's what y'all trying to say? y'all never just be like, I like him and him. Like, I don't understand.
Listen, that sounds like an episode of The Bachelor. Like multiple people all the time, kissing up on everybody. It's a lot.
It's a lot, but the thing is, I feel like it can be someone's reality. You know what I mean? So it's just like,
that's true.
If you are dating multiple people, because the thing is, I've never thought to myself, even if I was in a dating world, that I would probably date more than one. I'll probably like date one at a time, because it's just like, if I like him and I like him, then y'all both on this ride with me for like just for now. And it's just like, then what if you kind of like, because I mean, I don't know how y'all do that. I'm confused.
It can get kind of confusing.
Let's answer the first question. He said, do you feel if someone is dating multiple people, they should make it known? That's a real
I think it depends. I think it depends on the timing of it. Like, if you know you like starting to catch feelings for the person, I think you should start saying stuff. Or like, I think if the person tries to kiss you, like hey, like I'm dating another person, I'm still trying to figure it out. I think I probably would clean that up a little bit, but
go to the kissing then. I don't know. It could depend. I was gonna say then it's more towards courting, but then somebody might try that early on. So
yeah, that's true.
You know, I don't think it's necessary if you're just dating and we're not doing anything physical, not kissing or anything.
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessary to let them know that you are dating. You can.
Yeah, I agree.
Other people, but I don't think it's necessary unless you're getting serious with that person, or that person is getting serious with you, or like, the intentions are changing. Then you can tell. Personally, I feel like we all having a good time. We all having fun. Not good time. I think it's fine.
Heartbreak could come in if, like, even if you guys are not physical, like, what if they're building this emotional connection? They're like, oh my gosh, I love Iana.
Oh man,
I need my life. And I got George and I got Bob, and I'm like, George, I know it's just you, but
listen, George better not. He better not be catching feelings after the first date. He'll be fine. He'll be all right.
I feel like no. You know what it is? I am what you call, like, that person, like the hopeless romantic, right? Yes. I do feel like somebody can fall in love in a day or a week. Like, I'm that kind of person. And so what if George do, or what if Bob do fall in love with me? I'm here for that energy, boo. Fall in love with me. What do you mean?
That's the thing. Like, what are you willing to do? What is love making you do? Like, is it making you cut everyone else? Because don't be slow to cut them off if you're in love.
Right.
Jeez.
Right. You might date Bob first and be like, oh, I want something serious with Bob. You get into something serious with Bob, and then you realize you really like George.
Like, you just gotta say, like, bro, I'm not feeling you like that no more. I mean, I've done that to people before. Like, I'm not feeling you anymore. Like, that's just what it is.
Real quick, guys. Sky in the comments said that. Wait, let me read it real quick. Let them know if they're serious, they'll step up. So what y'all think about that?
Ooh.
Let the bachelors know, and it's like, all right,
yeah. If there's, I like that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. They'll start putting in more effort. I feel like guys love a challenge too, so I feel like they might get even more competitive if they find out something like that.
Fellas, let us know. Do y'all like the challenge? Do you want lady to be like, look, I'm dating a few people right now, like, or would that turn you away? Would that be like,
right? You trying to get my attention or no?
Exactly.
What we talking about?
Exactly.
All right, so I have a question for my single ladies. You know what? First, let's kind of, like, I guess, introduce ourselves so the people in the comments kind of know, like, where our perspectives are coming from. Okay, so I'll go first. Iana, I am married for, 7 years now? 7 years. Yeah, go ahead.
Cordelia, single out here in these single streets.
Doing the single
and ready to mingle. It's my status.
My name is Ray. I am dating.
Ooh.
Not the
Sorry.
Yes.
And I'm single. I'm joking. I'm married.
I'm about to be like
scared.
Look, tonight. All right.
That's my sister-in-law. Nice and loud.
But what do you call it? All right, so now that we have that out there, the question is for my single ladies, what does pandemic dating look like?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like since people have been like stuck in the house, like and they're just so much more ready to date and more interested in pursuing things and like maybe like there was this feeling of loneliness and isolation during like the quarantine and stuff like that. So I feel like there's an element of like, oh, like I'm ready to figure this out now. Like I want to be with someone. I heard somewhere that like the amounts of people that like flooded dating apps recently because of the pandemic have like completely, the numbers have like gone up. And so they're like, now is the time to, you know, dive into that a little bit. And so I feel like people are a little bit more intentional right now.
Yeah.
That's true. You know, it's funny. Speaking of dating apps, I actually have a couple of friends who told me that when, you know, we got shut down and everything, they were just like, look, I'm gonna be home with nothing to do. Let me join the dating app and like, you know, talk to
See?
fun or whatever. However, they found their people and now they together. Like,
wow. Okay.
so
okay. There's something to it.
Oh.
Yeah. Real quick, Jeff said that he rather his lady keep it a buck. Keep it a buck and keep it up front. So if you dating my people, keep it a buck.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like Fred is I feel like he's trolling a little bit.
What are you saying?
Fred saying.
He said that's too long of a thought.
Go somewhere. First of all, y'all, that's my brother. He's on my nerves. Go somewhere.
All right, so I guess I'll just follow up with, all right, you guys are saying that, you know, it's been more intentional. People are a little bit more serious, but has it been all good? Because you would think that people are more serious, so it's positive, right? So has it been all good? Are there some like horror stories of dating in the pandemic or even before that? But like, is this really a good thing that people have been serious or it's not really working out?
Oof, yeah.
You know, the pandemic can affect people differently, if that makes sense. So I think personally, before the pandemic, I used to, you know, go out. I wouldn't say a lot, but I used to go out and like, you know, date and go out and go to parties and have fun and whatever the case may be. And then somewhere in the pandemic, I got used to being at home and used to like, you know, being with my people and, you know, whatever the case may be. And I feel like because of that, now I'm just like, I'm not quick to go out to a party. I don't know if I want to just meet a bunch of random people. Like, you know, I'm kind of like getting more grounded, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
However, I think that, you know, because I did like, you know, look on the apps a little bit, see what was going on in there. But some people kind of were just like, I just want interaction, connection. I want to just, I gotta do with you, period.
Yeah, so, that's true.
Being shut in, it probably affected some people in a way that they just want to connect. But with other, you know, such as myself, it's like, no, now I want true connection if I am going to be out there in these COVID streets and connecting. So
literally, yeah.
So you mentioned dating apps. How do you guys feel about that? And in the comments, I kind of want to know in the comment section, how do you guys feel about dating apps?
And list your favorite dating apps.
Oh yeah, because there's multiple, right?
Yes.
Get them out.
In my head, I'm just like Tinder, ChristianMingle.com.
Oh my gosh. Is Tinder still a thing? Is that still a good space to meet people? I don't know.
The Tinder swindler. That's all I'm thinking
about.
Oh
my gosh. No thanks.
You know, I've met people on
I've
Tinder.
tried Christian Mingle before. Well, Iana, I know you've been married for a long time.
Have single, but I've done Tinder about like 6-ish years ago, and it was fun. Like, it was fun meeting people from different backgrounds. And so,
okay, Fred.
My friend said his favorite app is sabenalocs.com.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I cannot. But the thing is, I remember too when my best friends were on dating apps, and okay, like Sabena said, I guys, I got married like a year or two out of high school, right? So I didn't. None of these things are relevant to my life. So I remember when my friends are on it, I used to like live vicariously through them. I'm just like, all right, so what are the people saying? What are they doing? When are you guys going? Like, what are, you know, like, I'm just like, tell me, because it's so like new to me, but I can't participate. So it's like, I need you to like feed me all of the goodness. But but then it seemed like it was sometimes like scary or stupid, or just people are on there for the wrong reason. So it didn't seem like something that was, I guess, useful anymore. It was just like something to do more than this can be actually useful.
Yeah. Maribel, I see that Maribel said she tried dating apps, but they aren't for her. The real HDTV said, I'm scared of dating apps. Why? So ladies, why do you guys say that? Because I think I feel like in the Christian space, like it's a little bit taboo, and some people think of it as like a desperate thing. But I found it to be like super helpful, because sometimes you just aren't like out there meeting tons of Christian men, or like men like in areas that you enjoy. Maybe you might not be a Christian and you're on this call, but you have other, you know, priorities as far as like, oh, a businessman or different things like that. And I feel like dating apps kind of help you to like narrow that down a little bit of like, okay, this is what I want, like this is where they're at, you know. And like, I don't know, I feel like it just exposes you to more people. I also found that like it can be helpful to have people to like come along with you for that journey, and help you to navigate it. But yeah, I'm curious to hear like why it was a little bit scary for some of you.
But I Cordelia.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, with like, you know, it just helps to like, you know, have everyone there and like see who you want to connect with and whatnot. But I will say that you have to know what you're going for. Like,
yes, I agree.
Blindly like, oh, let me just tiptoe in there. It's just like there's so much on there. There's so many people, so many different types of people. There's the pervs, there's people who like, you know,
right.
There's there. So you need to focus in on who you want to find or what type of person you want to find, and then go after that. I think that will help with navigating the dating apps.
That's such a good point.
And the options, so many people.
Yeah, that's true.
If you're on a dating app and you're really serious and you're seeing a lot of, don't go on the popular ones where, you know, a guy is looking for a quick whatever. You want to pay for it, invest. I don't think guys are going to be paying for a dating app just to play games. I think.
Yeah. There are dating apps you pay for?
Yes.
Yeah.
Iana, she's like, what is
maybe off the free one.
Yes. It showed like there's like apps that you pay for, and the people on the apps might be a little more serious.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
I agree.
The only one that I'm thinking of, and it's because my book club read this book called The Arrangement, and it's like an app for sugar babies and sugar daddies. Oh. That's the only one I'm just like, ooh, and you get paid and you gotta, you know, do all that stuff. I'm just like, this could be interesting. Wait,
can you put that in the chat? Put that.
Right. I'm gonna say quick tangent. Would y'all ever, maybe a little sugar baby action?
My heart would be so jacked up being a sugar baby. I could not.
No.
I could never.
No. I feel like I would be the type to say, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do this arrangement with a sugar daddy, and then I'll just be so interested in him. I'm just like, I'm so interested in sugar daddy.
Look, the arrangement is not for us, okay? We too invested.
No arrangements, no entanglements.
All right.
So there's some ladies talking. Iana, there's some other conversations happening in the chat with Maribel.
Go ahead, read them.
Okay, so Maribel said, she said, I'm an in-person type. Online is a lot of work for me. I've done the free ones. I hear good things of the paid ones. The real HGTV said, I was scared because I feel like the probability of weird stuff is too high. And then Maribel also said, I settled that dating apps is not for me. I would say that, like, I heard this one guy online, I think he was a pastor. He said that, it's not about how you find somebody, it's about who you choose to marry. And you could, like, find crazies everywhere. Like, that's everywhere. It's not just dating apps. It's everywhere, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I think it's just, you have to get better at, like, weeding some of those things out. And yeah, same as in person, you know, you kind of have to do that in person as well.
Real quick though, let me shout out my girl Maybelline. You keep saying Mirabelle, and I like Mirabelle. But
y'all, names is not my thing, and I've met her.
And the
y'all,
real
last week I called Tyre. Lord help me.
Girl, we should.
I'll do better in 2023. How about that? I'll do better.
Look, but the thing is too, the real HDTV is not a girl; it's a guy.
Oh, look. I'll log off. I'll see y'all in 2023.
Oh man, and nobody corrected that.
And I met her. Oh, I'm so sorry. My bad.
It's fine. It is fine. It's an honest mistake.
Well,
But yes.
From a guy.
Wait, I didn't hear you.
That's a good perspective from a guy to say that. Like,
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, for him to be like, I'm scared of the probability of the weird stuff, because you would think that these apps are like male dominated, right? So it's just like they come in and, you know, they kind of like control everything with either being a creep or being intentional and things like that. But it's just like men are scared too. Just like, hold on, is there creepy women on Tinder?
It's crazy.
Ooh.
Look, it's crazy women that everywhere.
I feel like I can't imagine a creepy woman. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know.
Hey, listen, I've heard some guys say that they've like had girls that have just like kind of stalked them or tried to, you know, move things really fast and get their number. And yeah, I've heard some stories.
You see, I saw the part now, so
yeah,
someone agrees. So
listen, see,
right,
it be some women be out here lurking too. It says creepy is universal. Frego said creepy is universal.
It is. The thing is, I just don't see it for myself. I don't know how that would look. But to continue those, for me and Sabena, what was dating like before getting married? Like, what did that look like for us?
Ooh, dating before I got married. Oh, hey, bro. Hey, Femi. You doing the chat?
Hey, guys. Welcome.
Dating before I got married. Okay, dating after I got saved, before I got married.
Oh, there's a difference. Tap into both. I feel like that perspective is actually really, really good.
Oh man, babe, could I go there? Okay, dating before I was like really walking the walk. As a Christian, I was just having fun. And again, it goes back to dating multiple people, just getting to know them, not going all the way there, but just getting to know them, and not really thinking about anything like deep. I was in my early 20s. I was in my early 20s. I was having fun. I guess age plays a factor too. So then I definitely got stronger in my walk with Christ, and then dating became, to me, it was just like, I want to find my person. Then I became more intentional about dating. I started to look, Pastor Ernst joined the chat, but I started to look at the good in men around me, and traits that I wanted in them. So I would look at all the married men around me, like that. I like to go after this, and I was like packaging up my little Fred, like my good Fred package. So, and but when I became more intentional, I definitely prayed more. Like if someone in my life, I would pray more about it. I would seek guidance. I would go to my pastor. I would say, hey, I met this person. He would say no. Then he would say a few times. I sought guidance. I prayed. And then I was just a little bit more cautious. I was more intentional about what I wanted. So intentionality.
Yeah.
I like that. So I feel like community was a big part of your experience. It seems like. What do you guys think of that? I feel like before, at least I know this is for married folk. I'm sorry, I'm tapping in anyway. But I know before with me, I was kind of just like, okay, yeah, all about community with dating. Like, you know, with my friends, do you guys like and what do you think? Da, 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 da. Yeah. And then I'm just like, okay, you guys have too much opinions. I'm just going to do this. Because, it was just too much. But I feel like there can be pros to not community dating, but like dating. But how do you call that?
That's
Inviting them into your community,
like counsel, like wise counsel.
Yeah. Seeing like what your community thinks of the person. What do you guys think? Tap Iana.
Yes, I actually, honestly, I agree with allowing not everybody, allowing your
Yes.
close circle, the people you trust with their life, to kind of have a say. Because I'll say this, y'all, I got discernment. My discernment is on 100%. You hear me? So if you want to know something about somebody, let me hang out with them for one night, and whatever I feel, I'll let you know the next day. But the thing is, 9 times out of 10, I've always been right, and it's scary.
Wow.
So it's just like, but these are the people that pray for you, right? These are the people that have your intention. So their discernment is going to be on point for you, because it's just like they're tapped into your spirit, your soul kind of thing. So anybody that now enters our circle, it's not just your circle, it's our circle, right? You kind of have to like feel that out. So like I used to always tell Sarah, it's like, oh, so they're dating us. Like it's a us thing. It's not like because it's just like what do you mean? Like so weird. Like like that's just how I am with my friends. But it's just like, honestly, if I were dating back then, I feel like my close circle, the people who have my best intentions, the people I could trust, I would value what they would have to say. Not that it's the end all be all, but it does come with great value.
Iana, 1-800-Iana.
1-800. Look, call me Miss Cleo. Like,
listen, your tagline should be late in the midnight hour. Late in the midnight hour, guys, gonna turn around.
That's my BFF right there, guys. My BFF. So I
gotta look. It works. I'm telling you.
I agree, though. I think that it's important to have people around you. I also heard that like get advice from people that you want your life to look like. So like that you want your marriage to look like if you're courting somebody or dating. And so like kind of like tailor it to that. But then also, like people that really like can discern and like that got it, out for you in a good way. Like they want you to, and that they know you. They know like where you might fall short or where you might not see certain things. I think that's so important.
Yeah,
it's helpful.
Yeah.
What about pastor have to be in your dating life? Like that's imperative.
I think it's what you value, right?
Yeah.
Not to say that pastor's word and what they have to say isn't of value, but I feel like some people, I don't think it's necessary. That's one. I'll first say that. I don't think it's necessary to always like have them in from start to finish. Where I think it's necessary is where you do pre-engagement counseling, all those things where it's like courting.
Yes, I agree.
And we're talking about intentions on getting married and stuff. Regular dating, I don't think it's necessary to be involving your pastor and just like regular stuff. I feel like it's only when you get to like, you jump over that barrier and you're in the serious realm and you want covering and you want, just like sound advice.
Yeah.
I think you can involve your pastor then, but I personally.
Yeah. I think it depends on like the type of relationship that you have with the pastor, because they can kind of function like a fatherly role. But for me, like I kind of am like you, Iana. I wait until I get more serious with a person. But I know that like in some people's like relationships with pastors, it can kind of function like the pastor and his wife can function like a mom and a dad or something like that.
Yeah. I needed it. Like I needed it. I needed the guidance. I needed the turn. I was like, I feel like I was meeting all the wrong guys or was doing the wrong thing. You know what? I'm just fed up of just like this dating cycle. And I was like, I wanted to be intentional, but I didn't know fully what that looked like. So of course, I had close relationship with my pastor. I still call him my pastor. So I definitely took his advice, especially because he was married and there were a lot of traits that he had that I was like, ooh.
Yeah, that reminds me of my favorite quote, and it's temporary insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. And Sabina, you literally was like, okay, I'm going to change like how I'm doing this, you know, I'm going to do a different pattern. And I think that's so good. I see some other people in the
I want to
chat.
read what Maybelline wrote.
Yes.
She said, as a single Christian woman, I can't even date a man that can't get in God's presence. Come on,
Man.
standard. She said, look, this is
Yes.
the standard. If you
Yes.
can't tap into the Holy Ghost, move yourself. Like
respectfully, as Anthony would say.
Look, no, Maybelline, I hear that.
When a man is submitted to God, you can trust him. I think we spoke about that last week. Yeah.
Yes.
If I trust you,
Take the
like,
lead. Take the lead.
Right.
What do you guys
know?
Let us know. The pastor needs to be involved in your dating life, especially the men. I want to know, men, like, do you guys think like women, you know, we're more likely to lean on community, but men, how do you guys feel about that, involving your pastor and your community?
Not a women's conference.
Oh wow, he is trolling.
Last episode of
conference. Back to answering the question on dating before marriage. I would just quickly say that, like I said, it was straight out of high school, but the reason why I think I enjoyed it more, and I guess we can actually just go into like now what it's like after marriage. The reason why I think George obviously made it to here is because he's the one who kind of showed me what dating was, right? Because let's talk about the guys where you meet and they like, come to my crib.
Yep.
Like, that's it? Like, you know what I mean?
Like, nah, bro.
Where is the creativity? Where is the whining and dining? And the thing is just like, maybe that's a lot to expect from 1920, but it was just like, no, it was just like, okay, like, let's go here, because we met in college. So it's just like, okay, let's go here. Let's have a little lunch date here. What can we do to have fun? We went up to like New Rochelle, took a train for the first time, like do all these things. And I'm just like, ain't never in my life, even though I was still a child, have anyone ever like even like thought, you know what I mean? Like, it's all about intention and actually like thinking through what can I do for this person? How can we enjoy each other besides just going to the crib and Netflix and chill and having sex and all this, you know, all of just like, now I see where your intentions really are. If it's really just like, oh, okay, so you come to my crib, all right, then after that, oh, you coming back to my crib? And so because he showed me, actually the only guy that ever showed me that the crib was not the only place to go, it was just like, okay, God, you know, like, thank you for showing me that, one, there's other men in this world that actually like cherish my mind, that cherish or just like likes to enjoy life and showing me, I guess, like the greener side of the grass or whatever the case may be. And that's when I kind of knew, because dating was George. Like, I didn't have any other reference. Like, the one who kind of like opened, even like chivalry. I had no reference of a chivalrous man opening doors, paying for stuff. Like, I do that for myself. And it's just like, I remember, I always tell people, our first date, well, not a first date. We were just going, we were friends, and we were just going to Jamba Juice after class or something. And this boy pushed me out of the way to go pay for my smoothie. And I'm just like, what you doing? And when I tell you guys, what did you say, Sabena?
I said, George, 2 points. Fred, you could push me out the way.
But let me tell y'all, I told y'all, it didn't take but 2 seconds for me to be like, go ahead. You know what I mean? Because I was like, I could get used to this. Like, even though it was like a struggle and it was like, where is this like, and then you start thinking too, what is his intentions? Is he doing the long game? You know, like these kind of things. But it was just like, no, it was like really pure. And it was just like, what do you mean? Like, you're paying for something? And it was just like genuine. So that is my little dating before marriage.
Iana, you made me think about one thing I didn't talk about was when I first started dating Fred. It was like we did like a pod situation. We didn't meet up for the first and a half because, you know, when you first start dating, you know that you have this amazing chemistry with somebody. You don't want to like see the physical. You just want to see the mental. So we talked on the phone for a month and a half, and it wasn't that conversation like, it wasn't that conversation. It was like, we talked about dreams, we talked about passions, we talked about, and I was like, yo, this guy is making it so easy. Like, we speak the same language, like we spoke the same fears, we spoke the same desires. Like, it was just insane. And I'll say it now on the live, and I might sound crazy, but after the first few weeks, I was like to my sister, I was like, I think I found my husband. And she was like, okay, Sabena, slow down. Oh, I can confidently say now. I don't care what you guys say in the chat, but the conversation was so good. We connected mentally, and then we started doing like dates where it was like coffee shop. He did day dates, like he didn't do night. Like we went to we went to museums. It was like, it was restricted times. It was like 4-hour dates, and he was like, all right, bye. And I was like, wait, because when the date lingers, things linger.
Oh, yeah.
So he was very disciplined. I think the discipline in the beginning is what helps us now, because I feel like I can trust him, because he was so disciplined in the beginning throughout our relationship that it spoke volumes to, like, even if his friend is not around me or if he's around somebody else, I'm like, I ain't even worried. Like, that's a good thing to look out for too.
Yeah.
And it's not crazy that you went to your sister and was just like I think I found my husband. Girl, let me tell y'all, it took me a couple months and we were still friends to be like, I love you.
Oh,
I love you. And mind you, and you know what? Let the record show, George didn't say he loved me back.
Wow. Brad did the same thing to me.
dang.
I was open, okay? I was open. And he did not say he loved me back.
He said, talk to me nice. Talk to me nice.
When he didn't say, like, he loved you back.
So, okay, so I told y'all that our story was a little different. He had a whole girlfriend and everything, right? And I had a boyfriend that I was now breaking up with. And it was basically his response was just like, and I was just like, I love you and you gotta get rid of your girlfriend, right? And his response was just like, it was basically like, I think I gotta think about it. I think he said, I gotta think about it. I was like, excuse me, think about it? He's like, yeah, and he's like, and I gotta talk to her and whatever. And I'm just like, ew, like, what do you mean? And so I probably gave him like a day. Or something to like think about it or talk to his girl. And then he came back with the like, yeah, like, I love you. I ain't believe it though. But but it was just like after that, he had broke up with her and whatever. So we were like now being more intentional and like being together and things like that. But yeah, George ain't loved me first.
Oh my goodness. Y'all did.
Can we shout out some of these comments real quick?
Yeah,
go ahead.
The real HD said, when you find someone you want to be with, I think you should involve your pastor for sound advice, sound guidance and wisdom. Yeah. And Fred said, involving your pastor is a great step and very proactive in the right direction. So I guess the men are saying, when you are ready, like when you see someone of value, it's like, ooh, I really think this is like, whatever, this could be something. That's when they invite their pastor. Yeah. Also, Kayla Tatris said, my dad is my pastor. I'm not sure about involving the process.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
that makes me think, do you involve your parents?
Oof.
In the process?
Absolutely not. Absolutely. Deborah Payne will not be in the conversation. Absolutely not.
Really? That's a good question. Why or why not?
Yeah.
My mama, listen, I think if she picked a man for me, it would be off the wall. He would be wearing corduroys. I don't even know. Like, it would not be good. His hairline would be slanted. It would not be good.
Oh, no.
I feel like I involved my mom in the sense of just letting her know this is my man. Like, that's it. Like this is who he is. He'll be around. That's really it. Not really like I want your opinion on anything. I remember, and I'm not gonna say no names, but I feel like you kind of know Tyre. His name begins with a K, and we were in choir together in church when we were like 12 or something. And I remember and he was a tenor, right? But he was like ugly. And we like flirted a little bit when we were younger, but he was ugly. And I remember, but he was that church boy that your mom wants you to have. And up till literally when I was in college, my mom like, you remember what's his name? Y'all would have been good. And and I see him.
Sabotage.
No, it's a no for me. It's a no. You don't have to be involved. I need your money to be involved for the wedding. That's it.
With me, I think I take my mom's opinion probably a little bit more over my poor friends, because I just feel like my mother, she knows me and she has a certain grace because she is my mother, and so she gets used to it. So it's like, if my mother, granted, there have been people that my mom was just like, oh, I like him. What happened to him? It's like, no, mommy, no, we don't like him. We don't. But overall, that she would know what is best for me because she knows me and she has that grace for me because she is my mother. So yeah, I think I would put her along with my core crew of people that I would trust with the whole process. Yeah.
Who said it? Don't sleep on your parents. They might have great insight.
They do. I agree with that. So I feel like I'm here to listen. So if you went into prayer or if you feel like some type of way, I'm here for just listening. I'm not going to you. That's my thing. I'm not going to you.
Same.
Okay. Yeah, but if you have something to tell me,
asking.
Yeah, so if you have something to tell me, I'm here to listen, and I'm not listening with a closed ear. I'm listening because I do trust you. And my mom is hella tapped into God, so But
praying mothers.
Yes. Listen.
The only thing though, I'm just not going to you.
Yes, or letting them choose the person or pick out the person, because man,
you're dating somebody and then everyone's like, no, but you like the person a lot.
Oof.
Listen, or you see the red flags, but everyone's saying no. Have you been in a situation where you didn't listen?
Oof, that's a good point.
I feel like you have to be open to listen to why they're saying no.
Right.
And no, I love him and he's the best and whatever. It's just
I love him.
Look, what up? Or sir.
Or maybe it's a vague no. I remember in the past I would hear, oh, I mean, he's a good guy, but he's just not the one for you. And I'm like, that doesn't help me.
Yeah, that's true.
But
a little bit more.
I remember I told Tyre that one time. I was just like, I'm not feeling it. I don't know what it is. He don't sit in my spirit well, and that's all you need to. That was it. I had no real reason because I didn't even know them. I didn't know the person. But they didn't sit in my spirit well. And guess where they at? They not here.
1-800-Iana, okay?
That's it.
1-800-Iana. Put it in the chat. Put the call for everybody.
Sometimes it needs to be vague, because if it's from God, it could be vague, but it's powerful.
Yeah.
Look,
I think at the end of the day, whoever you're dating, the decision is up to you, because you're going to be with that person 24/7. The people in your life are not even going to always be with that person. But like Tyre said, listen to what they're saying and really assess that and take it to, because they're not trying to wish you ill will. They're not trying to see you single for the rest of your life. They care and they're noticing things, and so pay attention to those and kind of see if those are deal breakers or not for you. I think that's a good way to assess it.
Yeah. So I have a question. What would help you guys, or what helps you in a sense navigate this dating world? I know that Tyre, she says she's now dating. You say you're single, ready to mingle. But what are the things? What are the steps? What are the outlets? What are the tools that kind of help you navigate this, especially in 2022? I keep saying this was ghetto. The way it looked ghetto. What helps y'all
The
sift
ghetto.
through, sift through and then like potentially find that good one or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
what do you guys do?
Yeah. I think for me, like prayer definitely helps. Like God, like help me to not, miss like if somebody is not good for me. And that prayer always, is helpful. And then having people in your corner that can like really help you to process the relationship once you get to a point of like really liking them, introducing them to your friends, your family, and just seeing how that kind of goes about. But yeah, I think also having some good questions too. Like there was this one question that I heard recently, like that said like, when was the last time you apologized to someone and why?
Ooh.
And I was like, ooh, I'm keeping that in my back pocket. Like, to just weed through like the representative, because when you start dating somebody, like they bring in their representative. And so it's kind of hard to tell, like, okay, is this person being like for real, or are they like, just trying to put up a front just to be with me? And so I think just having people in your corner, having some good questions in your back pocket, just being open to the Spirit's leading is what has really helped me. What about for you, Tyre?
No, absolutely. I agree with everything you said, but also for me, I would just add on two things. One is, like we spoke about before, community. Just like, okay, how does my community like you? Because like my community, they know me and they care about me. So it's like, do they see something in you that I don't see? Like it's something,
Right.
I'm just in a blur. So like,
Right.
I notice it. So that's a really big thing for me. And also, I read in the Bible, like don't know the scripture or the verse, but I actually in a devotional, and it was just like, look out for a confident peace, if that makes sense. If you have this confident when you're with this person or when you think about them or whatever, I definitely like look out for that. I'm just like, do I have this confident peace? Like, because I feel like the peace of God, like the peace of God will lead you, like, wherever he's going.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so good.
Yeah.
That's along with what my pastor said. Like if God is in it, you'll have peace. If not, it'll just be chaos. Like y'all will argue all the time. It'll be messy. It'll be hard to move forward. And obviously in a relationship, like you'll have disagreements. But if it's just like, yo, we cannot find a footing, then like something's off.
Yeah. I heard one thing they said: take one step into the relationship, and if you feel take another step, and if you feel another step, and then if you ever feel a part where you don't feel the peace, pause and look at the situation.
Yeah.
Back, so that way, because sometimes you may feel like God is silent in the beginning, and they're like, "Or I'm not hearing from God." So just take one step and see if you continue.
I like that. It's funny. I realized that for me personally, at least in my personal life, I realized I don't get anywhere by just sitting on the fence. It's just like, I don't know, I'm just gonna fence. I don't know. But it's like, I like what you said, take a step, like be, proactive. Whatever that step.
Yeah.
What happens with that? Like, do you feel the
That's a good point.
Yeah.
And even writing out like what you will tolerate and what you won't tolerate are different qualities that you really do like and that you want in a spouse, and qualities that you're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And my last question for the married folks, me and you, Sabena. So what is dating like now after you tied the knot? So you went through all the navigation, you went through the hoops, the pastor, the moms, the dad, the family, real life hit, we're married. What does dating look like now?
Oh man, that's a good question. Dating now, I would say, is definitely more, again, being intentional to set that time aside, because when you're married, you have work, you have like everything's joined together, and you're seeing that person every single day. It's not you're like in a dating stage and you guys make sure he has like he'll have a haircut, he'll be neatly dressed. No, you see him without a haircut for a few days and you're like, all right, what's going on now? Like clothes, all the like 95 times. Iana, you know I'm talking about the no hair. Man, it gets out of control.
No, yeah.
You're seeing and house clothes. So it gets more. So dating now, I feel like I'm just trying to infuse it in everyday life. So whether it's a movie night and we just have like a nice dinner together, we have some wine, or maybe Iana gave me some great tips, but just having some nice lingerie or, the other stuff. If you can't afford lingerie, just like infusing dating into your everyday. I wake up and I get cute. Like I shower, I get cute, even if I'm working from home, because I want Bae to still see me like as he see me when we were dating. But I put on perfume before I go to bed at night. I still do the little things because we're still dating within marriage. And then also like planning. All right, this day is our day. We're not gonna let anyone interrupt it. We're gonna go here. We're gonna do our favorite thing. And dating is just like, I feel like it's infused into our everyday life.
Right. I feel like what I'll say for George and I remember in the first couple years, it was the same way, where it was just like, okay, so, we just hopped right, from not being married to being married, and we still like adventure. Still, I mean, we traveled a lot, so that was our thing, like traveling, going out to dinner. We're foodies, so we love to eat. So we're going out to dinners. We're just doing things like to have fun, and then it's just like life responsibilities. Everything gets serious, and I remember there was a period of time for us where it was just like, yo, when was the last time we went on a date? Because you get so used to, like you're saying, you so used to seeing the person every day, eating dinner with the person every day, and you're just like, like we're still spending time, we have quality time, but that's not dating. Just being, because the thing is, like you said, we're together the entire day, so it could be technically quality time, but dating is, there's more intention behind it. And so when I had communicated that, that's when I started to see the difference. Like now, where it's just like, okay, schedules. What does the schedule look like? What is she like now compared to what she liked we've been together 10 years ago, right? So what's the difference? Like, how is she now? Where does she want to go? Like things like that, putting into it. And then you got to be a little bit more intentional too with like the intimacy part, right? So it was yesterday, and there's two different kind of kisses I give George, right? There's
Philippines.
Right? There's the little, pet kiss or whatever, right? But George know what's up when I when I linger. When you just linger in the kiss and you do a little lick.
Oh my God.
So that's when you know. So yesterday, I was actually supposed to record last night, and I was just like, we haven't, or I haven't like turned the sexy on in probably a couple of days, or we haven't like gone anywhere. So I was just like, you know what? I was like, babe, how about before I like cook and everything, because like cooking is like my work. Before I do that, let's get the Uno, get some wine. Like, let's make it more of like a date dinner rather than just like eating and okay, let me go work, that kind of thing. So it's just like while the food was warming up, I'm over here like, kissing him, the little lingered kiss or whatever.
Awesome.
I beat him at Uno. That's sexy. Like all of these things, but it's just like putting in that little extra tidbit of intention and intimacy makes the world of a difference now. And the thing is, you have to remember it. Like that's what it was for me. It didn't come like, okay, like when you're dating and you see them, intimacy is already there, intention's already there because you haven't seen them. But it's just like I had to remember, hey, like when was the last time, little butterflies or whatever. Let me make sure that that's still relevant, for us. So do what it is that you have to do to make it more relevant.
It's funny. It seems like intentionality is like intertwined in all of the areas of that makes sense. I think you have to be intentional when you're courting or like dating that one person in order to reach where you want to go, like down the aisle. And then even after married, it's like you still have to be intentional, but in a different way now, in all of this you got to be intentional. That's
a good point. That's a good point.
Legit.
Get married and sit on the couch you got to continue and be more.
Yeah.
Look, honestly. So, our comment section, our village, do you guys have any questions for us before we log out for the night? Anything dating, marriage, look, courting, sex.
Woof. I see my questions in this chat, and I'm like, oh man.
What are the questions that you guys have for us before we log off for the night? Let's see. What
I
else?
used the wrong account. Go ahead. I signed on with the wrong account. I'm looking at.
Oh Lord.
Who you got in this chat, Sabena?
My finance lady in here.
Oh my goodness.
It's fine. Look, we grown. We grown. This is grown folks talk.
That is hilarious. So
We
Fred
are
put,
grown.
what's the biggest lesson you've learned from dating, from the dating?
All right, that's for y'all.
I've dated too. What's the biggest lesson that you've learned?
I think that it's good to put yourself out there. Like, it's okay if it doesn't work out, and that there will be some situations that will work out, but it's good to put yourself out there and to meet, different people and kind of learn a little bit more of what you like. And so I feel like that's really helped me to kind of learn a little bit more of like what I like and what I don't like. And so I think that's what I would say.
For me, I would say the biggest lesson I've learned is that I need to be confident in myself and sure of myself. Because I feel like the folk be broken sometimes, and if they're broken, they come and to break you. It's just like, hold on now.
Yes. Listen.
So
Add into like when I was dating, the biggest lesson I would say is even if you get your heart broken, even if something bad happens, like there's still good people out there. Not every man is the same, and it's worth it to open up your heart again to the right person.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I think just to agree with both you and Cordelia, vulnerability. I think that I was always a person when I care about something, I'm going to be vulnerable. Like, I'm not holding back. Like, I never really understood, like, people who, for serious things, become timid. Because even if I'm scared, I'm like, this is me. This is all of me. Take it or you leave it kind of thing. So, that's how it was with George. That's why I was just like, I love you. Like, I'm not going to sit here and tiptoe around my feelings. The girl's got to go. I'm here and I love you. That is all. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to put it out there. And if it didn't work out, it didn't work out. But it would have never been a thing where it's just like, I didn't say how I felt or I didn't do what I had to do. That kind of thing. So 100% vulnerability. I see another question.
There's some good comments in there too.
Yeah. Another question by Kayla. How can you build friendship before the dating stage? I'm interested, but am I supposed to pursue him?
Ooh.
You know, what I would say is, because I saw this quote somewhere that said that with a man, at least, before he goes in and it's like, expresses interest in a woman that he is interested in, he will sit back and watch her. How she moves, like how she plays. So I would say, a woman can do that too. Sit back and watch and see what they do, how they move.
That's good.
They have friendships. Like, how are those friendships? And then, like, of course, make yourself known and whatnot, but be observant and see if you want to be that man's friend. How to treat his friends right now. So, observant, I would say the first step.
Good, Teray.
Yeah, I think that's good. And then Joanna said, "Don't settle." Lee Hodge, I think that's how you pronounce it, said heal. Lee said heal and love yourself first before getting into dating.
Yeah.
Joanna said, when a man leaves you feeling confused, he ain't it.
That part, yes.
A red flag, huge red flag.
Yeah.
Yep.
We even
and our last. Go ahead, Sabena.
I said we even touched red flags.
Right.
And we gotta go soon. But one of our last questions for the night, and I guess this could tie into red flags. Fred asks, how do you deal with someone that you fall in love with, but they have baggage?
Mm,
Hmm.
man. I think, okay, my first thought real quick is that like we in social media we expect people to not have struggles. We expect people to not be real people, you know, trying to work through things. And so sometimes we try to put this image of like, okay, they need to be perfect, especially once you start to get to know someone. We're like, oh, they need to be perfect. They need to have all their finances in order, all this stuff in order. But like, people be peopling. You know, like we need to, you know, kind of
That's
be
good,
our
yeah.
people. But there are some deal breakers. Whereas if you guys aren't aligning together, like then I think that can be like a red flag. But yeah, what about for you, ladies?
I would say something that we touched on last week. We said that you have to watch and see if a man is making steps like in the right
Yeah.
direction. And
Yeah, yes, that's
are
good.
you trying to heal? Like, are you trying to move past it?
Right.
Are you forward? So, like, if
Yeah.
he those steps, then you can be patient because we all have our flaws and we all have
Right.
some. We all kind of messed up a little bit in some areas.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
what are you doing about it? So, I would
Yeah.
say pay attention to what he's doing about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
I
I'll
co
say, what I'll say to Fred's question, if you fall in love with someone and they have baggage, if, well, this is talking about dating, I would kind of, let them know. One, obviously I'm falling in love with you, but you got some things to work out, and I'm gonna let you do that. So it's
Yes.
not saying I'm about to go and date other people. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I want you to heal you before you come and try to disrupt my peace.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I see potential in you. Like I said, I'm falling in love with you, but I don't want us to take another step without you kind of dealing. And then you're going to see, like what Tori said, what are they going to do with that, right? With that
Yeah.
communication, what are they going to do now? And are they going to do what's necessary? Are they going to go to therapy? Are they going to go to their, good counsel? It could be past or whatever. What are they going to do with that information that's now putting a halt on your dating experience? So it's just like they could either say deuces, or I want my emotional baggage. They could either go work on it. They could try to ignore it. They could lie and say that they're working on it, even though it's going to show up again. There's a lot of things that's just going to show themselves, right? Like the dark is going to come to light regardless. So yeah, I would just tell them, hey, deal with that. Like, go deal with that. I keep bringing it up. I told George, go deal with that girl. She gotta go. Like, deal with it, right? Like, I'm here. I love you, but deal with your stuff. And then, like, I'll be here kind of thing. So, but I want you, and it's kind of relevant now, because we're always dealing with our mental health. Like you said, that, we're always growing, whatever. And so even now, when we are, George and I, we're 10 years in a relationship together, and we're now still talking about like going to therapy and counseling and things like that. I remember like we had gotten to like, we have our phases where we like bicker a lot, right? So it's just like it's stupid arguments, and you can see that it's rooted from something, right, that they haven't dealt with. And so George, he does this thing where it's just like, what can I do to make this better, like for you? Like, what can I do for you? And I'm just like, babe, it's not about me. I want you to deal with you.
Mm,
Yeah.
Right. And I'm just like, I
that's
could
good.
tell you, all right, so go buy me bags, take me to the spa, this is going to make our relationship better. Da, da, da. Like, I could say that. Right. And yes, George, if you're listening, but I looked at it and I was just like, no, I want you to deal with this trauma. Like, I need you because I know that I'm going to benefit from you dealing with this trauma. I
Right.
know that all of this little bickering that we have and all these little projections that come up here and there, they're gonna stop because you dealt with the things that's like, that's like have us like in a little rut right now.
Right.
So the best thing you can also tell someone is just like, okay, I peeped that this is going on, because sometimes they don't even see their trauma
Right.
being deflected and being projected on people. So hey, I see this. You're not finna throw everything at me, and it's not my fault. Go deal with that. I'm here. I love you. I'm gonna pray on him. I'm gonna do everything, but I need you to go do the work for you so that this household can benefit from that.
Okay. Listen, that's good. That's really
Yeah.
good.
If they're if I fell in love with someone and I realized their baggage, they're not working on it, is too strong, I would have to walk away. The reason why is because when I look at a guy when I was dating, I would always look at them and be like, okay, my son came out exactly like him. Would I be okay with that?
Yeah, that's good.
Carry and take. And
That's good.
I have walked down. Oh no, like no. I've even told a girl, like, I wouldn't want my son to be like you. Not that you're a bad person, but you gotta think.
Yeah.
Love is just sometimes I don't think love is enough. Like
Yeah.
not
Love is not that heck of a drug, man. There's some other comments in here. It said, Kayla said, that's good. Be watchful. Thanks, ladies. Leslie's World said, emotional baggage is something to watch out for. Lee said, pay attention and make sure he's emotionally available. And then Just Josh said, is there a difference between dating someone and going on dates with someone?
Ooh.
Okay, so that's gonna be our last question for the night.
Yes.
So y'all answer that. Is there a difference between dating and going on dates?
But I already touched on it. You guys can,
What was the point about it?
I mean, I feel like dating. No, because if you're dating someone, Josh, I think that's courting. Dating one person, going on dates, I think dating. So I don't think there's a difference between dating and going on multiple dates.
I think I wonder if he's trying to say, like, is there a difference between just getting to know someone, so y'all are just hanging out and getting to know each other, and then like being intentional and saying, like, hey, we're dating, like, I'm paying for your food, like, type stuff, and like I'm introducing you to people in my life, like.
Would that then?
Yeah, I mean, with that in mind, that's what I thought too. I would say that the difference is the intention behind it. So you can going on dates with someone, or I can go on a date with Iana right now. I can go on a date with Sabena or Cordelia, and we have a good time. But you're dating someone, it's the intention behind it.
Yeah.
Your intention, like
So,
I would say.
Yeah, and I think it's okay to get to know someone, and not say, like, okay, we're dating. Like, I think that's a great way to start something.
Yeah.
You went out. I know folks sometimes like to put the labels on there and rush you into the stuff, but no, I feel you can go out with someone too. And
absolutely.
Have a time or one, but we're not necessarily dating until the intentions are lined up.
Right. And the thing is too, I feel like it could be one of those situations too where you go on dates and you might just become really, really good friends, and it might not even be the time for y'all to even be together, right? Like, what if you went on a couple dates, became really, really good friends, and then next thing you know, like 2-3 years later, you realize, ooh, I think I like him. That kind of thing. Like, right. So it's just like, it was just like, like God just like, he's setting the stage. Like, this is who this person is. You guys are good friends. You guys now know each other. It's a little bit more comfortable. And then, the next time come around and the situation presents itself, and now it's just like, okay, but we know each other now and we don't have to go through like certain things. So I feel like going on dates, yes, like go on dates, get to know a person, and maybe like that should be kind of like what it is. It's just like, I want to be a friend. Like, what do I have to do to be your friend? I feel like guys should do that. What do I have to do to be a friend? Like, let's go here. Let's play this kind of game. Let's meet your other friends. Like, what is it just to be your friend? Can I enjoy you just as a friend? Because honestly, that's what you're going to have to be in marriage when everything fades and whatever. Like, one thing I always tell people, like, George, he be annoying the crap out of me. But let me tell you, when these titties touch my toes and my face look crazy, okay, I know that in the end, when we 99, like, that is my dog. Like, that is my, like, you know what I mean? And it's just like, because we were legit, like, friends and we treat each other like, I'd be like, yo, bro, like, that's that's really my friend. And so just like that could be probably one of the what did I call it? The things in your little navigation tool. How can we be the best friends before we get into anything else?
Literally.
How can we be best friends?
Yeah, and I think that kind of goes into what Joanna said. She said, "Yeah, man, dealing with her first comment was, yeah, man, dealing with my stuff before marriage is a huge part of why marriage feels like a bit of heaven on earth." And then she also said, "I can go on dates with my friends, but dating someone means that I'm interested in spending time with them, with the hopes that it could lead to something more." Oh, and then we're getting another comment. Alicia said, dating is all about learning about if your values align with someone's. And it also shows you your likes and dislikes. I think people put too much pressure on dating. And then Jeff said, shout out to my chocolate drop. Oh, Joanna. All this black love.
Right? So let's end on that note. Look, this was another great conversation. In the comment section, let me hear from you guys. Would y'all want to see us again? Because it was only a part 1 and a part 2 for Women's History Month, and we came and we did that, and we had fun with you guys. But would y'all want to see us again, on the Top Shelf podcast, or just a live every now and again? How do y'all feel about that? Put some hearts, put some whatever. Yeah, let me see the hearts go up, everything. Let us know if you want to see us again.
Oh.
All right, so we see it. Okay. A little bit of pressure. But okay. So, as they always end it off, what is our word of the week?
Word of the week.
That's a good question.
Oh, look, Top Shelf Ladies. Come on. Is it a brand? Like what are we talking about?
Y'all see, we said this ain't the view. This is a movie. This is the movie.
All right. So in the comment section, you guys say what is your word of the week. I would start by saying that my word of the week would be intention, because that's what I was doing this week. I was very intentional with my headache, and he deserves some good loving too sometimes. So intention.
Mine would be relax. Like, make it so relaxed, because I be stressing so much. Fred had told me I'm climbing a mountain. He said, and it's a very high mountain, and it's a hard mountain to climb. But I go over and I grab a brick and I put it on my back and make it a harder climb. I'm like, Dad, Fred, you can't play me. To relax and just take whatever comes my way and not make it.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I think mine is going off of what Tyre said, to like watch like a little bit, kind of like scale back and watch a man. It reminds me of the scripture passage that says, watch and pray, because the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. And you can kind of like even notice some of that stuff, as you like navigate watching a guy. And so I think that was such a good wise word to say.
Yeah. I would say mine would be balance, because, I just feel like, me personally, I might get caught up in like good things, yes, but it's like, look, you have to like balance your life and make sure everything is like, in accordance if you're going to move forward in a healthy manner. So balance. We got some words in what's in the chat.
You want to read them?
Sure. So let's see. Joanna said intimacy. Love it. That went in talk about too. But yes, intimacy. Mrs. Classy Lady. Oh, and she joined. My bad. Thompson Legacy said laugh. I love it. And known for his laugh. So yes. I am Kim Moore said we are a brand. That's right. I'm here for that. Alicia said dedication.
Yes.
Patra said obedience. I like
that.
Yeah. Fred said create. Love that.
Come on, babe.
Who else? Let's see.
And
love.
Jeff said love, yeah.
Okay, Joey and Jeff need to just get off this live.
Yes.
Go on your phone. Take it down.
Oh, we
Okay.
got some more
You
in
know
there.
what? Maybe next time a topic that we could talk about, because I feel like I hate that it's such a cliche thing to talk about sex. And I'm just like, can we talk about it? Can we talk about
Talk or can we talk?
even for, right, even for the people who are dating that are about to get into it, if you value not having sex before marriage and then getting there and then like making mistakes even before marriage, and then let's talk about the tips and the tricks and I can help you. Let's talk about the things, the spice. What do you mean?
Spicy.
Huh?
It's getting a
What,
little
Teresa?
spicy.
I was
A little
like, I
spicy.
hear the tips and the tricks.
Look, let me tell you how, the positions. Like, can we talk about it?
Iana,
Oh
We got
oh,
we got more words of the week. Belle Boucher said patience. Here for
Yeah.
that. My mom, she didn't put a word, she put a statement, but I'm gonna shout her out because I love her. She said,
Lord.
"Enjoy the moment." Yes.
ooh,
Real HGTV said vulnerability. That was a long one. Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
Josh.
what,
All right, y'all.
yeah, that's okay.
All right, so this is getting hot in here, right? So that's the perfect note to end it on because it's getting hot in here. Look, Sabena, your man waiting, right? He said, come cool me. Come cool.
I'm coming, babe.
All right, but it was lovely talking to you ladies tonight. Shout out to the Top Shelf Village for coming in, having a great conversation with us. Look, all I'm seeing is tips and tricks. I'm here for that. I gotta focus.
You know what? With Top Shelf, period. Just here, like they made this possible. So
They
thank you
did.
for coming for this 3 months. We really had a great time. So
Yeah,
Yes.
we did. We
It's been
did.
good.
And thank you for honoring us and bringing us on. Like, no, this was excellent. And thank you again. It seemed like the people want us back, so y'all know what y'all gonna have to do, right? We're gonna have to do a little brainstorming, but it seems like we will be back, guys. And I think that is it for tonight. Great conversation, beautiful ladies, and we will see you guys again. I don't know, but they'll see you on Monday.
so much for Top Shelf. Bye. Yes.
All right, Top Shelf Village, we are out.
Peace. Bye, guys.
Bye.